We got a couple of guys that are just badass wide receivers coming out of this draft, and we're going to talk about them today.
I'm not saying Carnell Tate's Randy Moss, don't get me wrong, but he would play that outside X kind of thing.
Carnell Tate's going to come in here as a rookie. He's almost just like fresh clay over here for Chad O'Shea to mold into whatever he wants him to be, and he already has a good route tree, can run smooth routes, he knows how to set up defenders. Makai Lemon of USC, Mike, this kid is amazing to watch on tape.
Yeah, Makai Lemon looks like a Andy Reid wide receiver. He looks like a Chief system wide receiver. He's a hell of a football player. He's tough, he's physical, he can get it done with yards after catch. He's sort of got that Rashee Rice vibe to him there.
Teammates, everybody just label him as a dog. That's what they call him, man.
Did you know he celebrates every touchdown by blowing a kiss to the sky because his mother, Ashley Griggs, passed away in 2023? Carnell Tate plays football maybe for something bigger.
My uncle called me. This was about like 2, 3 in the morning, and they said a car came down the street flying and started shooting, and then she got hit. She died on the street. But yeah, I still deal with it, still think about it a lot. I think about it every day still.
We got a couple of guys that are just badass wide receivers coming out of this draft, and we're going to talk about them today. Number one, Mike, is Carnell Tate of Ohio State. Standing at 6'3", 195, Tate's a polished technical receiver who's flourished as a primary target for the Buckeyes. He finished 2025 with 51 receptions, 875 yards, a 17.2 yard average per catch, and 9 touchdowns. Mike, this guy's an elite route runner. We need one of those. High football IQ. He's got ball skills. He's a versatile blocker. I mean, his top end speed ain't going to like just wow you. He's not an Xavier Worthy. He's more of a Rashee Rice. Probably going to hit about that 4 or 5 in the 40-yard dash, but that's okay. He's very quick. He's got a lot of strength, and he knows how to run routes, dude. And that, that route running, that nuance, that setting up those DBs and pacing yourself, that's what I think the Chiefs have been missing, dude.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think that they have to have a guy that can successfully and very much on point stretch the field. You've seen that a little bit with Thornton. And that's what Andy Reid and them wanted to go to. But I think you got to be careful with that. We've talked about this over and over again with that cover 2 shell. It's hard. Andy's been kind of wanting to force himself. Like, if you're going to play deep, we're going over the top of you. And it's tough to do. But this is what I like about Carnell Tate, man. This kid can do it, and he's seamless. And I think having a guy like O'Shea in here that you can help this guy. He didn't develop him, but he helped Randy Moss. I'm not saying Carnell Tate's Randy Moss, don't get me wrong, but he would play that outside X kind of thing. And he could also work the intermediate of the field. He can kind of do the Rashee Rice thing. So I like it. Here's what I'll say about Carnell Tate. Let me give you a little fact about Carnell Tate. Did you know he celebrates every touchdown by blowing a kiss to the sky because his mother, Ashley Griggs, passed away in 2023. So he says that that's his way of letting it's his way of letting her know that he knows she's watching. And I think that just hearing that for me makes me think that Carnell Tate plays football maybe for something bigger than maybe the money and the lifestyle and everything that comes with it. Maybe he's got more of a purpose. And look, he never really caused a lot of trouble at Ohio State. He played in all 13 games. He played. He could play special teams. There was certain things he was able to do, and that was all the way back in 2023 when he got there. In 2024, he had 11 starts. In 2025, he started 11 times. He missed 3 games with a calf injury, so that kind of sucked. But he did end up making first team All Big Ten, and I mean, there's a lot I really like about him, man. He's just got a long frame. He can add more mass if he wants to. He's very competitive at the catch point, and he tracks the ball so well on the deep ball. That is huge. That is Tyquan Thornton-esque. Now, again, I do believe if the Chiefs want to go the Tyquan Thornton route, you may not take this guy at number 9 because he's not going to be there any later, more than likely. Right? He's not going to fall no further than maybe 15, and that's going to be pushing.
It really just depends on when the receivers start coming off the board.
Absolutely. I mean, you're going to have all these guys up around the front, and it's just like you're getting quarterbacks to drop out of this thing too, like flies. So you're not really getting that position to come in and kind of prolong these guys like you've been seeing. But yeah, I think he can lull defenders asleep. He's got pretty good route tempo. I think he's fluid with it. He sinks his hips so well when he makes those sharp breaks. And I mean, I think after the catch, he's pretty good too. He's got a little bit of wiggle to him. He's got a little bit of move. It's not Rashee Rice-esque per se. He's not a running back with the ball in his hand, but he can totally get out there and do it. I think if you had any cons about Carnell Tate, I do believe that his stop-start and that direction-changing thing is a little bit, almost stuck in the mud, and his long speed is good, not great. And then other than that, maybe some people would say he needs to add some muscle or some mass to his frame because he is a little on the smaller side. But we've seen, guys like Pickens and things like that actually come on and do well in this league over the past few years. So I don't think I'm scared of that.
No, and I mean, he's known as a versatile blocker who's just kind of violent and high motor in the run game and in the screen game and stuff. So, I mean, he's willing to get out there and do the dirty work, and he's pretty strong. But, of course, these guys can always get bigger and stronger, right, when they get into the league because it's a big step. But let's talk about Carnell Tate as a Chiefs fit, Mike. I think he's kind of viewed as a solution to the Chiefs' struggles against man coverage, right, because his size, he's got that, like, ball winner mentality, I suppose, or that 50-50 ball winner mentality, kind of a different dimension than the small speedsters of like Xavier Worthy that we've been so horned up about over the years in the Chiefs drafts. He's a high floor prospect. He could step in immediately and be a reliable target for Patrick Mahomes in short to intermediate windows. And like you mentioned with O'Shea coming in here and what he was able to do with guys like Edelman and Welker and Brandon Cooks and all these cats, I mean, that would be a great, because I mean, Carnell Tate's going to come in here as a rookie. He's almost just like fresh clay over here for Chad O'Shea to mold into whatever he wants him to be. And this kid's obviously an amazing athlete, a smart, high football IQ guy, and he already has a good route tree, can run smooth routes. He knows how to set up defenders. I think that would be a really good pickup for the Chiefs. It would be a little bit off that script of what they've normally been doing. But you guys get down in the chat and let us know how you feel about Carnell Tate and if you would take him at that number 9 spot if the Chiefs don't trade back. But speaking of those kind of smaller, faster Chiefs mold wide receivers, let's talk about another one. Makai Lemon of USC, Mike. This kid is amazing to watch on tape. I'm just going to say, very dynamic playmaker, and he plays much larger than his 5'11", 195 frame. I think he just seems so much bigger, even though he's not. But his ability, Mike, and I'll get into some stats and things like that, but the one thing that just caught my eye about Makai Lemon is the quickness and the speed. But boy, can he stop on a freaking dime or what? I mean, he is literally getting defenders out of their underwear out there, bro. You see jock straps flying. Like, this kid knows how to hit the brakes, and it's crazy to watch. But in 2025, Mike, 79 receptions, 1,156 yards, an average of 14.6 yards per catch, 11 touchdowns, plus 2 rushing touchdowns, because they use them in the run game. That sounds familiar, right? Andy Reid likes to do that with these receivers from time to time. Strengths to me, absolute menace when it comes to yak, baby. And we just talked about Rashee Rice being a yak guy. And then we have this kid coming here with the wide receiver coach that we're talking about coming in here. And all of a sudden it's just like, pull. Because when I watch Makai Lemon, Mike, I'll tell you who he reminds me of because of his shiftiness and the contact balance and just how, he reminds me of a guy that I wanted the Chiefs to draft, several years ago, and it just didn't work out.
The next great touchdown is coming, and you can bet on it. All Chiefed Up has teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook, and just because the regular season has ended doesn't mean the excitement ends. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on star player props and in-progress games right as they happen. New customers can even turn $5 into $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. So sign up using our promo code ACU, and again, new customers who bet $5 can turn that into $300 if your bet wins, paid out in bonus bets. With DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. He gives me big time Amon-Ra St. Brown vibes. Just super competitive. His teammates, everybody just label him as a dog. That's what they call him, man. He's a dog. He gets out there in battles. He's reliable. He only had a 2.2% drop rate, which is the 99th percentile. So he's got the hands, baby. The only drawbacks here is just the fact that he's smaller. He's the undersized guy. Which could limit him to primarily being a slot guy in the NFL potentially. And Andy doesn't really like guys that can only play in the slot, or else you would have probably saw Sky Moore get more snaps early. Because, I mean, honestly, that's exactly what he could have done. Like Tate, I think he's quicker than he is fast, though. He might not be a consistent deep ball threat like Xavier Worthy, because I feel like he's not going to be a 4-2 burner type guy,
right? Even
though he's a little bit smaller. But he's quick, and he's we've talked about that. The short area quickness is key in the NFL. It's probably more valuable than the 4-2 Burnham speed because of the way these defenses have shifted to that cover 2 shell. But yeah, dude, I love Makai Lemon. I want to know what you think about him, Mike, because out of all the guys I've watched so far, this one, he really just instantly made me think like, this could be the guy. This could be the one.
Yeah, Makai Lemon looks like a Andy Reid wide receiver. He looks like a Chiefs system wide receiver. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's not the fastest guy in the world, but he's a hell of a football player. He's tough. He's physical. He can get it done with yards after catch. He's sort of got that Rashee Rice vibe to him there. He does almost become a running back with the ball in his hands afterwards.
Yes.
So I really like Makai Lemon. I think he's probably going to be with him, Jordan Tyson, who we talked about on our last week's video. You can go back and watch that. And, of course, tonight we've talked about Carnell Tate as well. Those are the three right now I think are the big three. And people's going to have those guys, rated at different spots, maybe 1, 2, 3. Maybe somebody's got Makai, somebody's got Carnell Tate at the top, somebody's got Jordan Tyson. Honestly, if you look at a Chiefs draft board and the way the Chiefs would draft, I feel like Makai Lemon would probably be number one. I feel like he's probably the number one guy. And look, he's versatile too. We've been talking about Chad O'Shea all night being with the Patriots. Well, what did Belichick like? He liked versatility. In 2023, this kid at USC played 9 games as a wide receiver and a corner. He played corner.
So we got a Travis Hunter in the house.
Yeah, you do.
You're not playing both sides, buddy. That's not going to happen in the NFL.
He's also been a primary kick returner back in 2024. So he's got special team stuff. And then this year, started all 12 games, won the Biletnikoff Award, which you were telling me before we went on air tonight. You were like, hey, he won the Biletnikoff in 2025. He also was first team All-American, first team Big Ten. The kid can take a moderate gain and turn it into a home run easily.
He's a dog.
He is. He's a dog. Makai Lemon is a dog.
He brings that fight, baby. He brings that heart. He's a smaller guy, but man,
he does
big.
He's got that warrior mentality, man. I think he snatches the ball away from his body really well, in my opinion. And I think he fights for tough yards, even though he's smaller. Look, he's not going to be a traditional X. But in Andy Reid's system, he will have a 5'11", 195 guy out wide. He will do it. He done it with Xavier Worthy. He just don't let you be a strict slot receiver. So he will have to do that. And I believe he's got enough toughness to be able to pull it off. But I believe a lot of guys may view him as maybe a slot only in certain systems. So maybe he is ranked a little lower on certain boards. But I think in a West Coast hybrid scheme that Andy likes to run, Makai Lemon to me is almost like Rashee Rice plus in my opinion. He's a near perfect fit for the way this offense runs, in my opinion. Reid, he loves receivers who can win on shallow crosses, somebody in the screen game, somebody you can use with jet sweeps and things like that. You've even seen him implementing Rashee Rice into that stuff this year. Lemon's his ability to take a 5-yard hitch and turn that thing into 40 yards is the way the Chiefs like to use their playmakers, and that's the way they should be using them. When you've seen the Chiefs get rid of the ball quick and Mahomes make decisive decisions to get their balls in playmakers' hands, our offense looks a lot better than when he holds the ball too much. So I believe Makai Lemon is a guy that you can absolutely get the ball in his hands quick. And by the way, you're still going to have Xavier Worthy on the roster and maybe Tyquan Thornton stretching the field. And Travis Kelce might come back for another year. And you're still going to have Jalen Royals again. And Rashee Rice should still be here, barring us trading him or cutting him or whatever. Like, we don't know what's going to happen, but dude, this dude could be lethal in this offense. he's just a yak warrior, and I'm right there with you. I actually comped him, and this is going to sound crazy, but I think he's Rashee Rice meets Amon-Ra St. Brown. You hit the nail on the head. I seen Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That's what I saw when I watched it. And let's talk about that Chiefs fit, man. You said you think it's near a perfect fit here. I think it might be even a little bit better than you gave it credit for, because I'll bring up one more thing. Anyway, like I said, he's got the heart and the fight, dude. He's going to be one of those guys that'll bring that kind of intensity to the team, I think. Like, not as wild as like Isaiah Pacheco, but in the vein of Isaiah Pacheco. He brings the energy and just the heart to everything. And he's the yak guy, like you said. I know we have a yak heavy player in Rashee Rice. I get it. But Lemon's elite separation kind of sets him apart from Rashee Rice in that aspect. He was in the 87th percentile in separation of all wide receivers. And here's the big thing that you didn't mention that makes him even better of a fit. You said the offense hums and goes better when we have these smaller, quicker passes and letting the guys do the work after they have the ball in their hands.
Yeah.
And that's what he's for, right? But also, this dude is elite when it comes to scramble drills. So if Patrick Mahomes gets out and starts extending plays, which we know he does, Makai Lemon might be the best in this draft at the scramble drill, getting open and being on that same page with the quarterback and just making things happen. I think Makai Lemon is a freaking awesome receiver. And if the Chiefs opt to take him in the first round, then I wouldn't be mad at it, Mike, and I don't think you would be either.
No. I like the pick, and I think with Rashee Rice and his outlook going forward, whether we want to sign him, whether he's going to have another suspension coming up this year.
Or pair him up with Rashee Rice, bro.
Right. You could. Look, we just talked about Carnell Tate and Makai Lemon. I think with Carnell Tate, he would be like that X on the outside.
Yes.
Now, that's something Andy doesn't usually value a lot, but you did see that Thornton was flourishing in that role. Carnell Tate would be a reliable, like, third down and long option. If you had to get to third and long, he's going to be somebody that you could reliably look for in that kind of situation. I think he has elite hands, and I think he'd be a good red zone target. With Makai Lemon, though, you're getting like a slot centered. I won't say he specifically has to play the slot all the time, but I think he's more of a slot centered yak king. Physicality after the catch, good screen game weapon, and he can beat a zone. And when you let a Chad O'Shea come in here and mold this kid, you may have Julian Edelman, you may have Wes Welker all over again. That is what I see, and that makes me me more excited to take Makai Lemon over Carnell Tate at this point. I think slightly between those two, because I see Tate being more of like the Justin Watson type role, whereas I think that Makai Lemon comes in and he's like the Rashee Rice meets Amon-Ra St. Brown, like I just described.
Yeah, well, I think Makai Lemon is definitely probably a better fit for the Chiefs. A lot of people want to see that X receiver and stuff like that, but I mean, honestly, we just haven't got it yet, and we don't know how that would work out. But
you know what else he does really well, really quick? He blocks his ass off. That's another thing. He blocks. Yeah. And if you want to beat an Andy Reid offense, you're going to have to learn to block.
Yeah, both of these guys do, Carnell Tate and him. And the one thing that I would say in comparison to the two, and could be a benefit to the Chiefs if they were to trade back, is right now, Mike, I know that a lot of people have these guys graded differently, but to me, I feel like Carnell Tate's potential top 15 pick. I feel like he's going to be there.
Yeah, I think he's a top 15. I kind of
feel like Makai Lemon could fall towards the end, the late first round. And if that's the case, he could potentially.
I think Makai Lemon is almost a top 10 at this point.
I think there's a lot of teams that will say he's undersized and be afraid from him and shy away from him. So I think he could slip through the cracks a little bit.
Sort of like Xavier Worthy did.
Back. Yeah, you might be able to trade back and still land Makai Lemon. That'd be insane.
But I tell you, though, the way I've got Makai Lemon ranked right now, he is my number, I want to get this right, he's my number 2 wide receiver. I still got Jordan Tyson slightly ahead of him, but I've got Makai Lemon at 2 and Carnell Tate at 3. And I'm telling you right now, the kid that played last night in Indiana, Omar Cooper Jr., is sliding up my board very quickly. He's right now entered my top 5. I don't know if I'm going to keep him there as long as it goes, but we'll talk about him later on. But that kid right there can play too, and he's got a lot of that Rashee Rice about him. He's got that Makai Lemon on him too. So I really like Makai Lemon. I honestly think right now I have him valued as a top 10 pick. Now, like you said, people could say he's undersized or whatever, but at 5'11", 195, Jackson Smith and Jigba, that's about his size, and he's been eating up the NFL.
Totally agree. He could definitely go early, but I think maybe, just maybe, in a world, we might get him to fall a little bit. either way, you guys get down in the comments and let us know how you feel about Carnell Tate and Makai Lemon. Who's your favorite of the two, and which one do you think would fit better with the Chiefs? Do it. Let us know. We'd like to talk about it with you. Y'all watching here on YouTube, you guys are amazing. Do us a favor, hit that like button. Help this get out to more people. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 60,000 subscribers before this next season kicks off. Right now it says 80% of you guys are not subscribed. Help us out, guys. Go hit that subscribe button. Change it. Share this with a friend too. Share this with friends and let them know where to find some good Chiefs content. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. We'll catch you next time. Go Chiefs.